This is our homily for April 27th, the second Sunday of Easter. A priest was forced by a traffic policeman to pull over for speeding. As the cop was about to write the ticket, the priest said to him, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy." The cop handed the priest the ticket and said, "Go and sin no more." The Sunday after Easter is remembered as Divine Mercy Sunday, so I guess I better talk about mercy. What is mercy? Sometimes it's contrasted with justice, as this story shows. The Emperor Napoleon was moved by a mother's plea for pardon for her soldier son. However, the emperor said that since it was the man's second major offense, justice demanded death. "I do not ask for justice," implored the mother. "I plead for mercy." But the emperor said he does not deserve mercy. "Sir," cried the mother, "it would not be mercy if he deserved it, and mercy is all I ask for." How do we balance these two? Which is more important? Justice is important. It's needed for order and control in life. But perhaps we might overemphasize it to the detriment of mercy. And our mission as followers of Jesus is to bring the mercy of God to the world. Jesus was the face of God's mercy, showing us how to be merciful as God is merciful. Let's see what we can learn from Jesus in the gospel today. What is the first thing that Jesus says to these people who had abandoned him in his time of great need? "Peace be with you." Then he repeats it, "Peace be with you." How many times do we hear him say that in the gospel? Then he says, "As the Father sent me, I send you." It's a commissioning. Jesus had a mission, and he's sending his disciples on that same mission. What was it? Then he breathes on them, and they receive the Holy Spirit. This, in effect, is John's Pentecost. They receive what they will need to fulfill the mission. And then the mission comes. "Whose sins you forgive are forgiven." That is the primary function of the mission we have all received. Later theology ties this to the sacrament of reconciliation, confession, but it's broader than that. It's a way of living. It's bringing God's healing love to others. And look at what we heard in the first reading, describing what was happening with Peter and others after the Pentecost. Many signs and wonders were done among the people. They carried the sick out, so Peter's shadow would fall on them. They brought the sick and those disturbed by unclean spirits, and all were cured. Jesus cured and healed. He commands his disciples to do the same, including us. We probably won't bring physical cures, but we can bring mercy to those who are lonely, grieving, recovering from illness, hungry, and so on. Another aspect of the mercy of Jesus is shown in his interaction with Thomas. Some of us might have been snarky, vengeful, but the merciful and kind way Jesus interacted with Thomas was his way of interacting with people. The sinners, lepers, foreigners, all those the officials called unclean. And with Simon Peter in another resurrection story, "Do you love me? Feed my sheep." Jesus was so gentle and loving. No shaming, no blaming, mercy, and an invitation to grow. I have no doubt he would have forgiven Judas and embraced him if Judas would have given him the chance. As followers of Jesus, we are called to be gentle, to be loving, to be forgiving. So the reflection I invite us to this week: how do people experience me? Judgmental, that is, looking for justice? Merciful, forgiving? What do I need to improve? As we celebrate Divine Mercy Sunday, let us thank the Lord who is merciful to us and ask him to help us evermore spread his mercy in the world around us. God bless.